And howdy, y'all.
Welcome, welcome.
Mr. Dad Random.
How are you doing there, Mr.
You all know
Lone
that
Star
guy?
UAV? Old goat. That's who I am right there. You just put old on top of that.
The old goat. Well, we already have some visitors here. Sunrise was a confession right off the bat. And then we found out he ain't worthless after all. Because Ben T said if he's for sale, you give $1. I mean, at least now we know what Chris is worth. $1.
Here we're.
So, hey, hello to Chris and Ben, and hopefully we'll get some more folks in here. I've been quiet for a while. As you may notice, we're different. I'm in the new house, or I moved, and I fixed the office, sort of. Well, I got the wall painted anyway, and built me a new desk and
Studio
a new
B.
command center.
New Studio A, right?
Yeah. AKA the man cave. Now I got to get a sign that says man cave to put over the door.
People cave. The people cave.
What you been up to there, Mr. Dad?
I've been getting back to work. I've been kind of
What's your language?
Yeah, I've had to get back to an accompanying youngsters on their journey through education. But on the way there, it takes a little planning and pre-planning. So I've had to get back and just grind a little bit. And mostly it's my attitude is to go, okay, here we go. Okay. Grind. Get in the grind. That's what I call it. But it's all good. I'm excited. I like working.
Getting in the grind. Well,
I like to work. Work is important. If you're not working, what are you doing?
Well, I try not to work, but it don't work out so hot.
Yeah, I don't understand this retiring thing. Some of you guys on this channel are retired. I just don't, maybe I'm just jealous. Is that jealousy talking right there? Probably.
You've been tired for so long, you're retired now?
Yeah, I've retired. Yeah, the only thing that should retire is your truck. You should just retire that for about 20 or 30,000 miles.
Now that's what they call a retread.
You should only retire.
Retread is a guy in the army that changed MOS.
Okay, now I got to say something, Sunrise, really quick, because he finds every mistake, every typing error that I ever do, and he throws it back at me in the comments. I'm actually looking for him now, and sometimes I'm looking at, I look through, something I write, and he basically goes, you need an editor. You need a guy to do that, to keep you out of trouble. But I'm owning my mistakes. I did that on purpose. It was a context issue.
You just try to see if he's paying attention. That's what you are doing.
Oh, he's quick. He is brutally honest and quick, but I like that. I appreciate that. I am not embarrassed of making mistakes. So, and I think he knows that. So it's all good.
I think we all know that. All know that at this point. But
you should always proofread. But it's all good. I think the actual product that came about is pretty strong. So
let me rephrase it. It made perfect sense in his mind.
Yes, I think it was a typo. I think it was when you're typing in stuff, it autocorrects, and a lot of it I type on my phone. My phone is notorious for screwing up corrections. It is. It just has its mind of its own. So It's all good.
And
But
Brenda's in the house. Eat more possum.
hey, eat more possum, Benti. Yeah, we didn't miss anybody yet. We're slowly crawling in. We are slowly crawling in
We're
for
slowly crawling in. And I
Tuesday.
think today's topic's going to be DJI.
Oh gosh, don't do that. They don't deserve us. My
Well,
topic is
we gotta talk about that. What do we call that thing? The avatar.
the avatar.
Avatar.
Avatar. I want
Are
to
we
drink.
making the DJI thing the avatar so we don't get mixed up with the Avatar Fat Shark, or how
No,
do we?
no, Kai. I am very thirsty. I want a drink of avatar.
You want to drink avatar? Yeah, well, down here
Avatar.
in Texas, we got the Spanish-speaking population. They said something about vato, and well,
Vato. I want
that puts it a whole new.
the best Pepsi of the day. I'm
So,
trying to starve myself into losing some weight. Just doesn't work.
losing weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on that. I've been holding weight at least.
Yeah, it's me.
So
This is want to see what my problem is, Kai? This is my problem right here. I can't sit down.
That is a problem.
I can't sit down without sticking things in my mouth. God damn. I've got a Pepsi, I've got Swedish fish, and it's Taco Tuesday. Oh my God, I'm screwed.
There goes the diet.
The school does save me for diet because I don't eat breakfast and I do not eat until well past lunch. So that's a large fasting period.
Do you have Taco Cabana in Utah?
Taco Cabana? No. Utah doesn't have any good taco joints. It's all Taco Bell, Taco Time, just crap. Now we do have homegrown stuff that's good. Your Albertos and your Albertos, and we got those. So and those are, those are pretty good. You can get the biggest damn burrito you ever wanted to eat, size of your head. You want a breakfast burrito, you go to Alberto's.
And I recently discovered the Chicken Grande nachos at Taco Cabana, and basically they take a freaking pizza box and fill it up with nachos.
Ew.
For $10. So yeah.
$10. That's curse right there. We just had a donut shop open up. If anybody's familiar with a company called Pink Box, I don't know if they're just regional, but they're a lot like Voodoo Donuts. And they just opened here. And Saturday, I didn't go there Saturday because you never go to an opening on a Saturday in this town, because every single person in town is going to go get a donut. So I'm going to let it simmer down before I start going to the Pink Box Donuts. So good. Oh my God. They have a donut called the Vegas.
The Pink Box has donuts too.
It's just donuts. You guys, come on. We're not talking Pink Box like your brains are talking.
Well, I'm just you started it.
And Texans are known for their love of donuts, I hear. So
yeah, but if it ain't Krispy Kreme, screw you.
I can do. I don't have okay, we do have like shipments of Krispy Kremes. We get those. And I just found another location that's pretty.
What you call shipments of Krispy Kremes is actually stuff they collected off of the airplanes. People that come flying over from Texas, and they put them in the box, and then they sell them on your shelves as imports.
Benti Voodoo Donuts is from Portland, Oregon. Yeah, that's where they started from, and that's the best one. I was at the one in San Antonio. Or no, Austin. Austin's got one. And I wasn't very impressed with their setup. It's a nice big place, but it's not the same as the one in Oregon, in Portland. So
Was that before or after you hit the Alamo?
we had a donut taco restaurant. That's like the perfect girl. A donut taco. Okay, we can't say pink box taco. Okay, donuts. Okay. I thought that was odd. Has anybody ever had a hamburger donut where they basically cut a donut and they put a hamburger between it? That's actually a thing.
There's a lot of things a thing that, just because it's out there doesn't mean you have to stick it in your mouth. Okay.
It's very odd to put a donut and a hamburger in your mouth at the same time. So you feel like you're doing something wrong.
We're in rare form. We're talking about pink boxes and stuff you don't put in your mouth.
Yeah, I for you young guys, I recommend getting as many pink box donuts as you can possible before you get the
I hear the donut holes are really good.
Oh my God. There was a donut place in New Orleans called Hertz Donut. Oh my God. My uncle had a cow that he named Hertz Donut. I kid you not. That's why I'm laughing out loud at that. My uncle is a dairy farmer, and he named one of his cows Hertz Donut because it always looked like it was sore. And he basically named it for that because he thought that cow was like always in pain. So he called it Hertz Donut. He had all of the names on all his cows. So interesting.
Hello to Steve real quick.
Steve Jones in the house. How you doing?
And you probably seen a Nightbot already, but you wouldn't hit the,
Yeah, Steve, if you behave, we'll blue wrench you possibly, huh?
Yeah, we can
give you
do
the
that.
Smurf tool.
He's been smurfed.
Okay, Steve Jones in the house. Welcome. We are going to talk about drones, I think, eventually here. So we're getting
there. Eventually we'll get around to drones too.
Oh, I am.
And then we got the DV.
I am definitely getting in the mood to FPV. It's starting to. I know some people are like, how could you ever stop? Guys, I can start and stop anything.
Well,
it's called Dad Random. That's why my name is what it is.
I need to get back in it too, because with my little health issues that I had, and still kind of have, but it's not as bad anymore. And the move and renovating and everything, I really have not done it. I got these things here. Can we?
Yeah, let's do that. What's that? Ooh.
These are the metal gimbals for the Radiomaster Zorro. So those are the CNC metal gimbals for the Zorro for the
so the whole gimbal is replaced, right?
Yep. Replacing the plastic was metal.
Nice. And
those arrived, and now I gotta find the Zorro. It's in a box in the other room somewhere.
And I think we, after our conversation, I'm putting down a list of things to do. And I think on my list is to move my control system to XLRS.
Express LRS?
Yep. I think I've got talked into that move, and I'm just going to have to put that learning curve into action. Because I think I need to go with the, with that, what I would consider to be more mainstream control system.
I foresee a lot of phone calls in my future.
But we'll see how that goes. But that seems like the going trend.
And One Vision's in the house. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Dad, was it you to convince Kai to create a Twitter account?
Well, in a roundabout way, yeah, he did.
He's going to tell the story.
He keeps sending me Twitter links.
That's where they come.
And, you know, in the past, I've always been just able to pull it up and see the tweet and everything was good. Well, apparently, Twitter, hurting for real subscribers after the whole Elon Musk thing, decided you can't look at our stuff anymore without having an account. So
it's just quick. It's direct to the
I
consumer.
had a break. I broke down and I set up a Twitter account. Yeah.
I have to fight the Twitter battle because a lot of kids, their parents don't let them have Twitter accounts for obvious reasons. There are a lot of dark areas that you can sink into Twitter, but I use it as an instant messenger. I really like it. I've got several Twitter accounts.
Well, I was wondering about this because there seem to be a lot of young women that can't afford clothing on Twitter.
What's wrong with that? We need to start a GoFundMe, clothing for Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, it's very charming that they want to follow me, but you know,
Sunrise tweeted your live stream. I didn't do that. I'm going to do that. I never. That's one of those things. It's just nice. It's just another way of spreading the.
He tweeted my live stream. Behave yourself. Public, Chris. What are you doing?
He's tweeting us, man. He's saying, "Hey, you guys are worth a tweet."
Oh, I see it.
So there it is, right there. Just got to get the link. I'll see it. There I am.
And I hit this and I retweet. Right?
Yep. And then you. Or you can copy and paste.
I just hit my first tweet.
That's your first one? All right.
That's my first one.
He popped his Twitter cherry. Oh my gosh, it's out of control now.
Twitter is never going to be the same.
Yeah. It is an interesting place. That's for sure. See right there. Let's share that one. I'm slow. I'm not fast at all. There's my Twitter link. I got to make sure I don't send it to my school account.
Yeah. Make sure in your right account.
You know, last thing today was a very historical day. I wore that shirt right there. That shirt right there. I wore that for about the 20th year in a row. It's picture day today, and I wear that shirt every picture day. That's historical or hysterical.
So now we're going to get all these pictures to Sunrise, and he's going to compress those down into a 30-second video.
Picture day. All right, are we gonna get the drones maybe?
I'm officially a twit now. Wait a minute.
Welcome to the
Sunrise. I wasn't going to mention about the massage business, but I don't think you're giving me a choice here.
I should probably mute my mic while I eat these Swedish fish.
You should be holding an FPV drone in front of you for your picture day. There's an idea.
That's a good idea, actually. Look through the props. Nobody cares. They don't mind if you do that. teachers don't have a lot of rules when it comes to teacher pictures. They pretty much let you do anything that's within the Call of Duty. Being fun is not illegal. So we're all into this Avada project, and we're all buying one when it's released, right?
Yeah, sure. Maybe not, but yeah.
Not so fast.
So I think the first thing everybody needs to realize, just because it says FPV, as if it says DJI in the same sentence, easy.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know.
Well, here, it's DJI screwed that up when they released their first take on an FPV.
Besides making it Quasimodo fat?
Well, Quasimodo fat, but
fast as hell.
FPV, is short for first person view, meaning you were in the goggles.
Mm-hmm.
In that regard, they were correct, but FPV in our hobby means more to rip it and fly low and fast and zippity doo dah and flips and everything else.
Right, exactly.
And that's where DJI kind of screwed the pooch, because they set themselves up for an expectation was the naming that they were not going to deliver, which their unit wasn't meant to be.
Right.
So now that we're going at it again for round 2 now, the first thing you want to know is it's not for
acro flyers. And it's fat. Once again, it's a fat pig.
Well, it runs on lithium-ion batteries, 2,500 milliamp hour battery on that thing, flying 18 minutes. Yeah.
It's fat pig. But it's probably going to have an amazing camera, and that always gets me intrigued. I'm a camera buff. I love cameras for whatever reason. I was not gifted with the gab of cameras, but I love them. I love the whole, the next best thing when it comes to imagery. I think it's just neat.
I'm starting to like this thing. I'm really starting to like this thing. And even though I'm the cheapo, I only have the power unit.
I'm a cheapo. I just got it cheaper.
Yeah. You got lucky, because
I got lucky.
This one was 3 days out of the return bin on Amazon when they come up with the other deal. Otherwise, I would have returned this one and ordered the one with the second screen. And third eye view, Rob's in the house.
Third eye view. Welcome.
Which reminds me, I probably need to get busy and start setting up for our monthly meetup, because that would be next weekend for us, right?
The Great Alamo meetup.
Yeah. So,
love that setup. So simple.
So, but like Steve said, that new DJI thing is going to be great after about 8 updates. Well, it's going to be flyable after 3, and then, it only is going to get better after that.
Though at the first FPV, it took a while for people to jump on board. I mean, it really intimidated people. Then there was a learning curve at flying it, and then everybody had to learn to fly acro with it. But it turned out.
Everybody try to fly acro with it, and that wouldn't, because you got to for one, you got to set up in manual, and then you have to set up the manual to where it actually lets you acro.
Right. And then you got that. Then you got that thumb screw issue with the controller. That is it. It seems like you're breaking it because it gets all stiff and weird. And some people fly it and just leave the spring going, because you only use the top end of the throttle. But it's a joy to fly. I if you're flying just like straight and level, just doing some easy flying, I really enjoyed that. You do get a really good immersive flight with a lot of speed. It's fast.
Yeah,
So
but it's not, your regular,
no,
what we would consider your regular FPV experience.
it has no recovery ability. So if you're doing really abrasive moves, it can, but it is not fast out of the hole. You can easily put it into the dirt.
Well,
But
I'm thinking this newer generation is going to be a little sturdier and seems to be a bit more user friendly as far as body part replacements.
yeah, they're claiming that the frame is pretty bulletproof, but still has a glass front. Still has a glass hole that the light comes in. Speaking of, when's the next meetup? Ben T asks.
Yeah, and
Hi,
I'm
Ray.
looking. Shoot, what does the forecast say for Saturday? Do we have an idea?
We get tons of thunderstorms. We don't get an afternoon at all. It's cloud up. It's clouded up every afternoon, and it's raining every evening here. Which since we've been in a heat issue, we've had excessive drought conditions, but the water is pouring out of the sky like in gallon buckets. So, not complaining about that. Let's see. What's the question? There was a question on, Third Eye was saying he just wants the goggles to be backwards compatible.
Yep.
So we're talking V2, right? When you mean goggles, not V1s. I doubt the V1s are going to be backwards compatible. I think the
The
V1,
V1s are not going to be compatible.
yeah.
And what he's saying is backwards compatible, meaning the goggles can talk to the original air units and Vista units.
Oh, I get you. I get you. Yeah. That's a whole nother, yeah, we want that old gray box to be able to communicate with our new goggles for sure. And if it doesn't, now we have two systems again. I'm going to upgrade probably one of my quads, maybe Mr. Croc. I've been thinking all kinds of things to do with this, but I'm not, I'm keeping it. She's worth saving. And then I have the opportunity to mount my air unit differently. I don't know if it's possible, but I might try to mount it in the back. Try to change my weight around a little bit.
Hold on here. We got Mr. Ray Kelly in the house.
Captain Ray.
The captain is in. Y'all behave yourselves.
Aye, matey, the captain's in the house.
So for the guys in the chat, so we got Saturday was 14% chance of rain, and Sunday AM thunderstorms was a 56% chance of rain. So I think Sunday morning is out. And the following week, we're looking at isolated thunderstorms for either Saturday or Sunday. So I guess we'll be going late on Saturday again because school is back in, means soccer season is back in session too.
Yay, soccer. Sorry, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's got its place. It's got its place in this world. We're giving it room.
So anyhow, oh yeah, since we're in the housekeeping mode, if you try to get on my Teespring, that thing again has been wiped out. I don't know what the hell that problem is. But I'm getting tired. Every couple of months they decide to knock the darn thing out.
Yeah, I've given up on merch.
Well, now we
Kinda.
know what's wrong with Sunrise.
Soccer was the only sport I played. My mom made me wear a helmet. You were the only kid that was wearing a big freaking bike helmet when you were playing soccer.
If you're wearing a helmet or in soccer, and yeah, some really
Sunrise.
went wrong.
I can't spell because I didn't wear a helmet sometimes. Oh. Future
Soccer
drone
play.
pilot soccer. Oh. My nephews played soccer.
Oh, did I tell you I won 2, not just one, but 2 DJI Mini 3 Pros from Mr. Ready Set Drone.
2
Yep.
mini twos.
All I had to do is massage them directly on that Telegram thing.
Man. Oh, it helps to be friends.
And I'm wondering, if he's expecting a happy ending with that massage or not. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're already talking pink boxes and donut holes and
Massaging the gifter. Mini 3 Pros. They are fun. It is fun. I did complain a little bit about my Autel this weekend. My Autel Nano was an absolute disaster.
you need to get a new cable.
I think, yeah, I
I'm
didn't
gonna
blame
start
it
taking
completely.
up a collection for you to buy a new cable. I mean,
It's
bless it.
it's the lightning cable. I know it's got to be the end of the lightning cable. Sometimes they're just bad, and because it was the control link was great. I mean, I could fly it all over hell, but I couldn't see anything. It kept disconnecting from the controller, and
How
the app
come I
wasn't
feel
crashing.
like I'm getting set up for something here?
Kai's a wiener. I think you should replace that winner to wiener or Wiener since he's German. Kai is a Wiener. Wiener. The great Swedish fish massacre. Yes, I am destroying them right now. I got to stop eating these things. I don't know why the hell I brought them up here. I got to do it. I have no self-control. Zero. You should be able to sit for an hour without eating something, shouldn't you?
So anyhow, let's get back to this DJI Avata thing. So the goggles, I'm hoping be compatible with the original air units and the Vista units. If it's not, I won't be buying them. I might have to break down and get some of the V2 goggles because I think the V2 goggles, I know you can switch them and then you should be able to fly either.
Okay,
But,
now.
I mean, my first choice would be the goggles too, which what is DJI thinking? Why would we have now a V2 goggle and a goggle 2? How freaking confusing is this going to get?
Okay, I didn't know that. I was still calling it the 3, but the 2 is not even the 2. There's the V2 and then there's the goggles 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We got the goggles 2 and we got the V2.
Next thing you know, they're going to start calling their drones Bang Good and stuff. Fly good. Sea fly. You fly. I think Bang Good would be a good name for a company, though. I wish I would have thought of it way before them. But I didn't know that.
I would expect that name to show up on Pornhub and not on.
So they're thoroughly trying to confuse the living hell out of everybody.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
by the way, do you know the difference between Disney Plus and Pornhub? Disney Plus tries to make you hate your stepmother.
Okay. There's your joke of the day.
No, joke
Brum,
of the day.
brum,
Joke of the
brum.
day. Joke of the day is, what's the difference between a Subaru and a tampon?
Oh my God. Okay.
Tampon comes with his own tow rope.
Oh boy. You sure that isn't a Ford truck? All right.
Go easy on the Ford guys.
Hey, I actually watched a video today on the Ford Lightning. I am not impressed. So we're not going there right now, but I'm just saying I'm not impressed. I would drive a Ford. I'd just drive any good vehicle, but there's a guy that was on there. He was literally beating up. It was their electronic console. He just destroyed it. He was just like, this makes no sense. It's slow. It's Android. It's garbage. And he was having like, for example, if you had your radio on and you wanted to change your climate control, the radio screen would go off and your climate control screen would come on and everything else is gone. So, and then if you wanted to go to, to your navigation screen comes on, everything else shuts off. It can't like do two things at once. It's kind of like me. So anyway, that's the big, that would bug me. So there. And then it costs 150 grand because the dealer's going to screw you on the price because you can't get one anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's another reason. Anyway.
But I mean, there's a lot of that going on.
Okay, so
everybody's complaining about the prices of Harleys going up. The MSRP hadn't changed. It's the freaking dealers that
dealers are, yeah, that's exactly what's happening with the cars, the
and
truck.
that's where Tesla was smart. They never set up a dealership network. They only sell them directly.
Right.
And the places where you can look at them are called galleries, and they're called galleries for a reason.
Right. And the first Tesla I ever saw was in a gallery, just like you were saying. It was a long time ago when they first were trying to sell them.
The dealer, no, all the states, dealerships have certain protections that they managed to get lobbied through over the years.
Yeah.
Because Ford is actually wanting to do a direct sell model.
First Tesla I saw was in
they
San
get
Francisco.
contracts with all these dealerships.
I saw a Tesla in San Francisco back in probably 2012. There was a little gallery and there was two of them in there. And I was trying to figure out what the hell they were because they were like spacecraft. Because back then, I mean, they were really odd. They were like the body style was ahead of its time. And there was so much room in it. There was no transaxle. There was nothing. There was no transmission space. And I was trying to figure out, and they said, that's all electric. And I'm like, what the, okay. Goggles. When you mean V2, do you mean the V2s from the old
V2 goggles is the same as the original V1 goggle, just it has two different ports in there, or you can switch between two different things in there where you can use original air unit and Vista units, or switch over and then use it for the DJI FPV / whatever this new Cine thing's gonna be.
Ben T. He's getting us off track again. How's the difference between a Mavic 2 and an Air? It depends on what camera you get.
No, he's wondering how this goggle naming is different from the Mavic 2, Air 2. Air 2 has
I see what you're saying. You're looking at twos, and I guess the manufacturers don't look at the two as being confusing. Especially when you're looking at the same product, so they could call it the Goggle 2S and save us some guessing. But we know the frame is different. There's obviously going to be a marked difference in how they feel for the wearer, because they're much more, they're much, lower profile. I really do like that, the streamlinedness. And then they say that the optics, because, we're wearing corrective lenses, that the optical adjustments are good enough for people like me that you can, adjust it in. And to me, that's something I have to have. And could call it codename Project Fubar. But I don't really want the Cinewhoop if it doesn't fly acro. And I think a lot of people are saying that. And then here I said the word, and Kai's getting all uptight. Here we go. Here's my correction. I said the word Cinewhoop.
Again, I mean, you that's what adds to the confusion.
It's not.
Even
Yeah.
though Cinewhoops are not very acrobatic. I mean, I've got one and it's not acrobatic at all.
Yeah. I and they're made to fly that way.
They're made to be a stable platform for a camera.
Right. The battery is usually on top. But sometimes it's slung. I don't know. It's never slung underneath those, are they?
My Cinewhoop, I mean, that sounds like a freaking EDF plane on steroids, because there's 4 motors and I got those 8-bladed props on there. It makes a hell of a racket.
You might want to put the Sunrise's comment up there. He's got a question that he threw up there, which is kind of a big one. And what would make you buy the new system? Is there a feature that is missing from our current digital system that the new one will have? Resolution is.
There's really nothing there right now for me to say I need this and I want this, because it is overweight. That's what, 490 grams.
Yeah, it's fat.
But I mean, the most of that is going to be the flipping battery, because a 4S lithium ion battery is going to weigh 200 and smart battery was the plastic housing and everything. It's 250 grams in the battery alone.
Okay, don't you think this thing's going to have like a 6K camera because of the cropping? If you're going to crop it down to 4K, isn't it going to have a big or a 5 point something? So they can crop it down.
5.4K camera, crop down to 4K, so you can have electronic
image stabilization
on it.
Yeah, so it's got that's interesting, because electronic image stabilization. If you've ever flew, some of the toy drones, the Parrot Bebops were like that. Those were all image stabilized, and they did a really good job. They just aren't very good at yawing. Anytime you yawed, you would lose that image. But if you were doing anything forward, it really did a good job at stabilizing the 1080p. And that was, you got to think that was 2016, let's see, the Bebop 2 came out in 2018, and maybe a little bit before that, 2017. So that technology that in the hands of DJI could be pretty cool. But I don't know. You need to have.
I think I'm fairly certain it's going to have video stabilization on it. So
yeah, but and getting back to the acro, certain things you need to have. You need to have the ability to move the drone further than a horizontal stabilized drone has. There's certain shots that just don't work unless you can punch it out a little bit. I don't know. to me, that's where if everything is straight and level, then your filming is just, I can see some of this. I don't know. I'm just trying to
Hey,
figure.
Michael.
I'm waiting for a video to come out to make me excited about what it can do. Here's a video that's been shot on Avada.
Well, it's going after this crowd. They've all seen these videos where somebody flies a drone through a business.
Right,
Started was the bowling alley, and I mean,
right,
there's literally hundreds of these videos, and
yeah,
that is what that quad's going to be good for.
right.
It's going to be highly stabilized. I mean, you can let go of the sticks, and it's not going anywhere.
Right.
You
I
know,
agree with you on that.
hit the brake button, whatever, the pause button.
A realtor camera. Let's fly through the house. There is a need for that though, but almost all these really professional camera geeks, the guys that are already doing it, they already have their preferred platforms and their preferred camera systems, and that's be interesting to get if you can get one of those people, which they probably have. You're somebody that does those kinds of flights, that gets the Avata and shows off what it can do, and that's the video that we're waiting for to come out. So I'll be watching for your first impressions.
Jim
629
said,
for the drone only.
here's what Jim said. They don't need it, but getting it anyway.
Getting it anyway. Oh my God. All it
And
takes is
I'm with Rob here. I would love an upgrade on the goggles.
yeah.
I mean, how much of an upgrade is it going to be? Because your Vistas and their units are still transmitting at 720p.
All right. Let's get to the real reason why we want this next generation. It's the new air unit.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're going to get the conversation going, is the new air unit will make all the drones that we already have better because of the camera that thing's going to carry. And it's
we need
light. 35 grams.
Yeah, 35 grams, and we need to have the 4K 60 frames per second in the camera, stabilized, so we don't have to strap anything like that on top of it anymore.
Right. We're now lessening the weight. We can get a little bit more. You're thinking 3.5 inch will be the maximum weight.
Yeah, it's going to be 3.5 inch.
Size, yeah, of the 250.
It's going to be 3.5 inch. Going to be the size, because 3.5 inch can carry a fair amount of weight.
Right. There's batteries. We'll get more battery time out of if the camera can do what we think it can do. And we'll be able to, hook up our control systems we already have. And that's where I want to go away from the old controller, because the big fat black box, and go to the more like the Zorro or some of the more, ergonomic controllers with Express LRS, or even something else. I would go, I would even go another direction, because there's other, if I wanted to go anywhere with it that's outside of, a hobby drone area, if say I want to get out and fly a cliff, I need more than.
Can't weigh more than 250 grams.
That'd be fun. 250 grams going down a cliff.
And for those that haven't heard this part yet, but apparently the FAA is kind of backpedaling a little bit on the remote ID requirement, which means that says in a month, everything that comes out is required to have standard remote ID on it.
I got a dumb question for you, Kai, and I know you know the answer. How much does a Vista and a good camera like a Polar Pro cost? Or no, what it would weigh, not cost. What does it weigh? A Vista and a typical Vista and not a naked Vista, but
I
a
think
regular.
that the regular Vista was right at 30 grams, and the
So,
camera was about
so
six to
we're
eight, and then you got your wires to go with it.
so
So
we're 40
probably
grams.
about 40 grams.
So right now we're going to add wires and things to this one. So we're basically trading out an air unit, which also can act as a control unit with the VTX and replace the old Vista. And and we get the best of all worlds. Does it have did you see a slot for a SD card in that? It's got to have one. I have to look at the pictures. But to me, I do think that the
Oh,
win.
Vista unit comes in around 25 grams.
Okay, yeah. But we're getting close to that. So now our little 3-inch and 2-inch flying quads have new life, which is really neat. You're thinking about your Beetle, taking the weight down on your Beetle, and throwing bigger motors on stuff. So now we can add bigger motors. We don't have to have that carry a camera around. That's cool. That's cool stuff. That to me is exciting. And
Yeah,
I think that's where the win is for most of us. I think the win comes from the new air unit and then the better goggles. With now we can see more, and we can from our end of flyers, and we think it's going to be onboard storage. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah,
let's say hi to Maddie real quick, and Bob Casey came in here too,
So onboard storage, we're going to still have to take it off. So it'd be probably USB-C. I think it does have a USB-C port.
well, what are you saying? It's got onboard storage rather than the SD card.
But, yeah, 20, and that would make sense. You'd have it would have compatible storage that would be fast, and then you just have to wire it up, just connect up to it.
Yeah, but hopefully it's more than 32 gig, because 32 gig on this thing, by the time they get the other junk on there, you only got 25 to work with, and that goes fast.
Do you think you think that they're evil enough to sell different levels of air units with different parameters, so different specs? That would be interesting.
They're evil enough.
You can buy an iPhone Plus, an iPhone Max. Here's an Air Unit Plus. Here's an Air Unit Plus Max Pro, Air Unit Pro, Double Pro Expert.
Well, you got you got the Air Unit Plus, and the Air Unit Pro.
Pro, yeah, which will have 128 gigabit storage, and it's going to be 20 ounces.
Well, actually, Benty, your mounting holes.
Right.
The original air unit did not have any mounting holes.
No mounting holes at all.
Does, but not the original air unit didn't have.
Yeah, your mounting holes was a freaking tie strap, zip tie. That's my mounting.
Double stick tape, and zip ties, and GPU printouts.
You see my mounting system on this one? There's nothing holding it in. There's no strap at all.
Double stick tape.
It's just shoved in there. I don't even have anything on there. It did have one, but it broke off, and I just left it, and I said, screw it. It's going to stay in there. I crashed it.
Well, you'd have to fly it first to worry about it falling off.
All right, that's enough of that. Yes, it should get off the ground. That would help. It ain't. I'm not gonna. There's no sense losing anything that it's not gonna leave the ground. 25 by 25 mounting holes. Weird, because normal ones are 20 by 20. Really? They're gonna do something evil like that? Bastards.
Well,
We're going to make an
it's
adapter on our
not the
freaking printer.
25 by 25 is not that far out because the walk snail VTX for the avatar goggles is on the same 25 by 25. So we're all just going to have to start printing little adapters from 2020 to 25 by 25.
Get little Dremels so we can move the holes out.
Well, some frames, there's not enough frame to move the
Dremel,
holes
yeah.
out.
You just got to move it just a little bit.
So
They're
we'll be
engineers.
looking at a whole new generation of frames.
Add to, oh yeah, it's in the specs, but assuming that the new frames will be built with 25 by 25, yeah. And I can see why they did it, because whatever they fit into that freaking hole, into that compartment, that just, the engineers, like you're saying, they don't think of anything but themselves. They could make a mounting system like a slider or something where you can just slide it in and throw a set screw in it or something. But no, we can't be that simple.
Well, it's still. I mean, the HD0 VTX is on a 30 by 30.
Yeah. That's just stupid.
No, the 25. It's not all that stupid because all
Well, no, the
all in
30
one
by
board,
30 is stupid.
all the all in one boards are 25 by 25. If you're trying to shed weight, you're gonna have to use all in one boards.
Yeah. It'll be fun. If we get a better flying experience and we can record better video, it's going to be more fun to watch stuff. And I think that's kind of where we're going to gain. People's work is going to be just that much better. And maybe they're going to also allow for stabilization. Like, for example, it'll have gyro data that we can use, third-party stabilizing programs. That would be nice to have, some gyro data.
The
And then,
original air unit weighed 45.8 grams.
yeah,
So,
that's a turd, man. But I can move my air unit back to the tail of my croc, and the only problem I'd have is my cable. That's another
well,
problem.
your problem is the antenna placement.
Right. Everything, the freaking antennas on that thing. Somebody with their head up their a-hole put those side antennas on there, and some dumb A named Dad Random bought it. I really hate the antennas. I think it just doesn't look nice. I like the big tail antennas. I like the big bug antennas. They just look better. It's a better location, for flying, period. It is a pain in the butt. There's so much wrong with that thing. Nobody wants it, so I just got to live with it. I just need to gut it and start from scratch.
We just need to print you antenna mount, and then
Just
get
get
some
one
long
right,
pigtails
right,
from
exactly,
the MMX to an SMA connector,
and move it back. Yeah.
and then move the antennas to the butt end of that thing.
Oh yeah. Because it's just so crappy the way it's set up.
And TJ is in the house.
TJ. But I think the movement that DJI is still in the game when it comes to this hobby is really helping. They're the only one.
I'm guessing they're going to use Rocksteady. Well, Rocksteady and the Avata thing, and for the air unit,
Might not be anything. It might not be anything in that.
yeah. I'm not
But
sure about
if they can give us the gyro data, we can use we can still, we can do our own. We can run it through our own third-party program.
And Mikey's in the house. I'm guessing it's Mikey. Flies on drones.
So do we have an idea of or an inkling as to when they're going to start releasing some kind of teaser.
Man, I heard a release date of the 23rd, which would be next Tuesday, but
Right.
I'm not seeing, and I fully expected some to be on the DJI website today.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Was a teaser,
There's
but
nothing. Yeah. Maybe they learned their lesson by giving us so many freaking leaks for so long, building up the Mini 3. And then, I mean, that was such a letdown. That could have been so much better and so much more exciting if they would have done it in a controlled manner, but they just let it go where it went. Very disappointed in that. It was a S fest.
Maddie's saying 23rd of August, but you can't buy it until September 6th.
Yeah, I could live with that. I'm looking at hopefully an air unit that comes with, or yeah, a new air unit that comes with the cables that we can adapt to the systems we already have. There's going to be some wiring that we're going to have to do, but maybe it's compatible with the DJI harness. So
Yeah, my wish list is the goggles be compatible with the old Air unit and Vista units, and then I will buy the new goggles.
yeah,
Just for nothing else, for the OLED screens.
right,
So they're going to have way better screens than the V1 goggles.
right.
There was no reason for me to upgrade to the V2 goggles because there was no big difference in screens.
Yeah, I did feel that there definitely was a movement up, but like you're saying, maybe it was just me, and it's, when something's new, and it could have been the lens and the camera system that just made the video better coming through the those screens, but there was more resolution. But
Well, there was the V2 have a slightly higher resolution on their screens, but we're talking like 40 lines or something like that.
right. No, they seemed a little bit brighter too. I still have my V1s. I got rid of all my V2 stuff, but I'm ready to move to V3s. It's just all about cost. It's how I'm going to get in. What's my and and can I quickly modify one of my current drones with the new air unit? How long is that going? Is it literally plug and play where I take out the old air unit, plug in the harness, connect up the antennas, and I'm in business? That to me is so. All right. All right. Taco Tuesday is beginning for me. So
Yeah, it's Taco Tuesday for you. I'm going to make it Taco Tuesday for myself
good.
because Barbara's out with the girls.
Ah,
Yeah.
yep. They do that.
And I got to go grocery shopping.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah. How did I screw this up? I got to go. First, I got to get groceries, and then I got to get me something for dinner.
Really like how your office is turning out, though. It's really good. He gave me a little tour of it. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be from scratch. It's just nice. He'll be able to do everything the way he wanted
And
it to
if
be.
anybody's wondering, the picture,
It's there. Look at that.
it's
That's even
there.
better. I don't know what camera are you using in there? Your lighting, when you showed your picture, I can see all the color in it now. Show that again. Just turn it a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that. That shows up good on our screens. I'm looking at. I'm saying that's
Well,
unbelievable.
it's daylight actually,
So
because I've got an open window right behind the camera.
no, that's beautiful. If because the natural light hitting it is making the colors pop on that. That's a really good photograph. So
Well, they stitched like I forget how, about close to 100 or so pictures together to
yeah,
make that one big picture.
that's a big image.
Yeah.
I've been actually doing some tutorials on Photoshop, stitching images together because I want to kind of get into that. I want to get more into the photography side and then the creative side, taking photos and just
Yeah, no,
making.
this
Yeah,
picture is 6 foot wide.
yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Okay, so let's see. DJ Avada Flymore kit, 2 batteries plus charger, 279. Yeah, whatever. How about 1279? Add a one to the front of the
That you
two.
missing a one in front.
Yeah, they ain't giving anything away. Everything is. I told Kai they want $1,200 for every damn purchase from us, no matter what it is. They're going to try to get $1,200. If you wanted the extended battery in the Mini 3 Pro, $1,200. If you wanted the DJI FPV, $1,200. If you wanted the Air 2S with all of the stuff that you wanted, $1,200. It seemed like it was $1,200. I think it was. Oh, Jesus. I'm sick of forking out $1,200. I'd rather buy another Mavic 3. Oh, because at least I'm getting a Cadillac, you know. Anyway, all right, I got to go. All right, the old goat's got to go.
The old
So we'll
goat's got
see
to
you, Kai.
go, and I'm going to go too because
We'll see you.
we're over our hour. One more
Yeah.
time, if anybody has a chance, hit that thumbs up button,
Yes.
please, on the way out. We
Yeah, if you
appreciate
haven't,
that.
please. You haven't, do that right there, right there.
I think I'm going to stick with this bi-weekly thing for the time being.
Yeah, it's easier to. I'm going to do a little bit of after school stuff. I'm going to do a little bit of football. I worked with a kid today. That's why I was kind of late. So I want to make sure he's successful this year. We'll see. I'm trying to stay away from it because it sucks you in. Sports suck you in, and then you can't get out. So
yeah, and the next thing you have a arm or a foot in a cast because sports are good for you.
I can't do the stuff that I need to do to help the kids. You know, I have to like kneel a lot, and I've got to. There's with the snapping and the kicking and stuff, I have to hold footballs for the kicker sometimes, and my body just has been ravaged. My wrist hurts when I catch footballs now. It's like, oh, it hurts. So
There's a medical term for that.
Wearing out, man, is what that is.
Another medical term is old timers.
I feel young, but it freaking hurts just, sometimes. So, but they're all enthusiastic and they got their butts kicked this weekend and I feel bad. So I want to give them my 2 cents to figure out how we can get them back on the right track. So, all righty. All right. See you guys. Right. It was great having all you. There's a lot of good people in here. I'm glad the old group and back in town.
So Ben T is doing ham radio this weekend. Well, I think I'm going to put some in the Facebook group about possibly meeting this weekend. But for now, you got to go get tacos. I got to go get groceries and tacos. And
have a great rest of the week.
Have a great evening, y'all. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out with us for a bit. And
thank you.
We'll say special thank you to Mr. Random, Mr. Dan Random. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Until then, y'all take care.